Good morning and welcome to Greece. My name's Andrew and I live here. And this is the ongoing renovation of our 1970s apartment here in Athens, Greece. Now, I've got a couple of earlier videos on this, so if you want to see the plans and in particular the costs, what we're spending on this and the cost of the trades, then have a look at those. The last video was really a destruction derby, taking out the bathroom, doing some building works, first fix electricals, quite a mess. But I'm hoping now that we're going to get into a little bit of construction. So what we've got planned today is that the plumber is coming. He's going to be here for about 4 days and he's going to sort out the bathroom and the kitchen, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Then we're going to move on to window installation, which I suspect might be quite messy, and a little bit of insulation because there isn't any. And then finally, hopefully the builder's going to return and we're going to do some more plastering, some building, just to get it into a state where perhaps we can start to really do some construction. So we've started with destruction, we're now moving to construction. And I hope you enjoy it. So the plumbers are here, Stelios and Yorgos, and they're just setting up to start really. And I just want to show you very quickly what they're going to do before they start. Very quickly, a few of you have asked for the contacts of the contractors that I'm using. So I've put them down in the description of this video. But the key ones, Giannis, the electrician, who I've known for donkey's years and is essentially related to our family, and then Yorgos, his best mate, who is the plumber. They both speak reasonable English, much better than they think they do. So I highly recommend them. The general builder, the window guy and so on, I can pass their details on, but they don't speak English. They really only speak Greek. So I've just put Giannis and Yorgos down in the description. Contact them if you wish to employ them. They work in Athens and in Attica. So here in the kitchen, we're going to have a sink here, and they're going to put in a water supply here and a drain here. Very simple. Now, behind me, there's a radiator. They're going to take out all the radiators. There are 5 radiators. They're all coming out. And then in the area where we're going to have the washing machine, they're going to put in a drain. You can see it marked on the wall. They're also going to put in a water manifold. So basically, this box is going to be set into the wall, a bit like an electrical distribution box. And it's going to allow me to turn on and off all the individual water, which will be fantastic. Now, in the bathroom, which we can actually see now because they've stuck a light up, they're going to renew all the plumbing in here. Now, the drain pipes in here and in the kitchen are actually lead. I don't know if you can see it, but they're actually lead pipes. They're pretty old. So they're all going to be changed. And we're going to have the sink here, so they'll just literally change the pipes and reinstate them here. We're going to move what was the tap for the bath across into here so that we have a shower. And then here, we're going to put the toilet on this wall, whereas previously it was on this wall. And then the floor here, you can see, for example, lead piping here, I think, and perhaps you can make it out over there. There's a drain in the floor. You always have drains in the floor in Greece. I'm going to have that drain, but it's going to be under the toilet. And they will have to cut up a lot of this floor to get at the drainage underneath, which is just life. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to take out the old bidet positions here. I hope you can see them. And also there was a cistern up here. They're going to take the pipes out there. So it's a relatively simple job. It's just a matter of getting on with it, I think. So before the plumbers came, I had to buy some items so they know actually where to put the plumbing, because otherwise it's a pretty pointless exercise. So for example, we have a shower tray here. This is 90 by 90, and it will allow them to know exactly where to, I hope, put the drain so that when I drop this in, it will fit perfectly. Then if we look behind me, here, this is the frame, the wall bracket for the floating toilet. Again, you can see on their box there's a template which allows them again to know exactly where to put the pipework so that when I come to fit the toilet, it will fit in exactly. We do have a toilet here. This is the toilet we're using, floating toilet. And then I've gone for a very simple shower. I did think about running the shower through the ceiling and the pipes up the walls, but what I've done is actually just gone for a wall-mounted shower, because then if in the future we rent it, and I'm not saying we won't, we don't have an intention to, but if we do rent it and I need to replace a shower in the future, it's very easy to do that. So 1 hour in, and this is why you employ professionals. The manifold is in and the majority of the radiators are out. This makes such a difference to the width. I know it's only a small radiator, but it's such a difference. The plumbers are making great progress. You can probably see they've taken all the drainage out of the floor, they've taken the radiators off the wall and so on, but I just want to show you very quickly the state of the pipework that's coming out, because it's quite astonishing. I'm a materials engineer by training. I have a degree in materials, and I've never seen anything like this.
1 year?
No, terrible. Look at the lead pipe here. It's absolutely corroded away because of the contact with the concrete. Absolutely amazing. And this lead pipe is also the same age, but hasn't corroded. Just astonishing. Lead oxide. Red, obviously, lead oxide. Yeah. Amazing.
And this is the siphon.
Yeah.
This is going the terrace, this is going the shower, and this is going the bidet. And
Just
after
terrible.
This,
No.
going to
No. Corrosion. So this is the
from this
heating.
side
And
this
again,
this is also
yeah, corrosion. Concrete.
the heating here working in the building.
No.
Oh no, it's
Teliose.
over.
No,
It's
10
over.
year now.
Better
10 year now.
because we have a big problem.
So very quickly, I want to show you what's been done today. The manifold's in, as you can see down here. We have the toilet at least leant up against the wall. That's the toilet frame. Now you'll see in here, the floor is in a bit of a state because they've pulled up all the piping, which had to be done. So this floor will have to be levelled before I can tile it. But the idea is that the pipes for the kitchen will run along here. They go under that wall. Now, because I didn't want the floors taken up, because I'm keeping the floors, they're going under this wall here, along this trough here, which will have a piece of marble on top, along this trough here, out through that hole. They will then go up over the door and back down on this side to a point here where we can then put the taps and so on. Now, we had terrible trouble finding the drain here because it's been taken out, but fortunately we got quite lucky and we were going to put a drain down in the corner here, and when we excavated, we found, I don't know if you can see it there, there's an old drain there. So we got very lucky with that. Have to get lucky sometimes, but I think this job's proving to be a little bit bigger than the plumbers and I realised, particularly in the kitchen, and because of the state of the pipes, but they all had to be renewed. And we will continue tomorrow. So, big progress today. I'm feeling really positive, actually, for the first time in a couple of days. Things are happening. So let me show you quickly. Let's start with the manifold. You can see the manifold here. Now, we have the top line here, which is cold water, and the bottom line is hot water. There's still a little bit of work to do, but just to the left of it, we have the hookup points for the drainage and the water for the washing machine, which will go here. And then if we come in here, you can see the sewage has been hooked up. The toilet will go in tomorrow, but it's now got water as well. You can see the water line running here. Now, there are two water lines. One runs out onto the balcony and gives us a tap on our second balcony. Then we've got the shower points here. The shower drainage obviously still has to go in, but that'll be tomorrow. We've got the hot water coming down from the cylinder up here. And then if we look across here, you can see the pipes multiply as we go towards the manifold. We've got the drainage and the water for the sink. So we are definitely getting there. I'm feeling quite positive today. And then we've got these three lines running round and out. Now, two of these are for the kitchen water, the hot and cold for the kitchen water. And the third is for a tap out here on our second balcony. So I really feel like we're making progress. Tomorrow the guys are going to do the plumbing here in the kitchen, but I can definitely see progress now, and I'm feeling very positive about it now because I can actually see how I'm going to make this work. And for those who want to know what it looks like, here is the hot water tank up above the bathroom. So after almost 3 weeks, we have just turned the water back on for this apartment, and I wanted to record it because there are no leaks. It's an exciting moment. I feel like we're making progress. It didn't really matter because I haven't been sleeping here. I've been next door on a camp bed, which is mentally taxing after 3 weeks, I can tell you, but I'm really excited. Water's on, no leaks. We are making progress. So we're now just testing each and every connection, letting water flow through, make sure it does, make sure there's no leak. Take a few minutes, but it's very satisfying.
Good.
So tomorrow the plumbers will finish. I'll just show you the progress in a sec. But on Sunday, believe it or not, after church, he did say after church, we're having the builder coming to quote for the finishing of the walls, what they call here gypsforos, which is the plastering. And then on Monday or Tuesday, the guy's coming to do the windows. So it's all happening very quickly, actually, which is fantastic. But let me just show you quickly around, show you what they've done. So here in the kitchen, as you can see, we now have water points and we also have a drain in the floor, which is fantastic. You can also see that they have been cementing in the pipes strategically so that they are secure. The manifold actually begins to look rather impressive. It's a bit like the Starship Enterprise, I think now. I'm going into the conduit. Or maybe not. Some of you will get that reference. But anyway, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And then again here, you can see that some of the piping is now being covered up with cement. The one thing I haven't told you is I've decided to put in some heating. Now that's actually probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but we have this trench open, and the reality is that if we were going to put heating in, we would have heating. We'd have one radiator on this wall here. We would have one radiator on this wall here, and then we would have one radiator in the bathroom. Now, I'm not going to put those in. The radiator would go here. I'm not going to put those in, but it makes an awful lot of sense because we've got the floor up, because we've got this trench here, to put in the pipe work for those 3 radiators now, and we will then terminate that out here on the balcony. If I don't do that now, it's going to be very expensive and very messy to do it in the future once we've tidied this place up, we've finished it off, we've put the floor down and so on. So I'm going to, or I am, Yorgos is going to put in the piping for me tomorrow for that heating. We won't connect it to anything, there'll be no radiators, but it will be there for the future so that if in a year or two, and we might, if in a year or two we decide to put the heating system in, we have the piping there for 3 radiators. And the other radiator that we would put in would be here in the bedroom, where these doors are, and that's an external wall, so we'll just go straight through the wall in the future. The boiler, because there is gas here, would be on the outside wall. I've decided not to because simply it's 6,000 euros to put it in, and frankly, A, I'm not sure it's worth it, and B, it's a huge cost that we just can't afford at the moment when we're doing all this work. But it does make sense to put the pipe work in, so he's going to charge me 200 euros to put this pipe work in. It's probably a slight premium, but to be honest, I think I'd be stupid not to do it. So, it's a beautiful day in Athens today, fantastic outside, and you can see we have a shower pan going in. I wasn't actually expecting it, I was expecting to put the drainage in, not the shower pan, but it makes my life an awful lot easier, to be honest. They're also currently cutting the floor to put the heating in, so we'll progress onwards. So the heating piping's going in, it's quite a tight fit now. And the big news is that if you look here, we have a shower pan. Now it needs a little bit of work, but the point is it's level. The point is I don't have to put it in and it should work. So this is a big improvement for me. We are making progress. Bathroom's almost complete, as you can see. Perfect. Very small jobs now. So the plumbers are clearing up, and I just want to show you where we've got to now that they've basically finished. Obviously there's a lot of plastering to do, and as I said, the builder is coming on Sunday after church to quote for that, and hopefully that'll be a reasonable price. But let's have a quick look at the plumbing. So the manifold's now covered up, but everything goes to the manifold and comes from the manifold, so the water, etc. We've got the points here for the washing machine. Then in here, this is where I'm really pleased, we've got obviously the toilet frame in, and we've got the shower basin, which is fantastic. I mean, it's a little high above the floor, but we'll have to work with that. We've got the shower points here. We've got the basin points here. You can see again the manifold running there. Everything's covered up to a point, and the builder will deal with the floor in here next week or the week after. You can see here we have a radiator point. We also have a radiator point here, and we have another radiator point down in the corner over here. So all very good. And then in the kitchen we have water points and we have a drain. So it may not look like much, but actually this has been a huge amount of work. The channel here is now sealed and covered up. And all in all, I'm very happy. Now I was going to include in this video the installation of the windows, the plastering. The windows are being done Monday, Tuesday next week. But the reality is, I think this is long enough already. I've debated whether to put so much detail in about the plumbing, but I think for those of you who are interested in Greek building techniques, plumbing techniques in particular, it's probably worth putting it in, to be honest, because otherwise, what is the point? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will follow up with another one where we'll cover off the window installation, the final plastering, etc. But thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. I will mix in other videos in the meantime, and I look forward to doing more for you soon. Thank you very much.